Yes, I do. That would be amazing.
Ready to take that?
Yes.
We need $50.
Well, actually, we have some petitions for you.
Okay.
So we actually,
That's wonderful.
Rather than paying the fee, we've been out collecting signatures, talking to voters, because it is so important that we change how we're doing things in Washington right now, how we change how politics is being done, because so often we are buying seats rather than listening to people, actually showing up, doing the work, and that's exactly what this campaign is all about. So thank you for everyone being here today, and thank you, Mr. Scanlon, for there are 100 at least. We organized Democrats from the 1st Congressional District, but we have quite a few more than that.
Okay, that's great.
So thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, wait, what's this campaign all? I know you. What's this primary all about, and how do you come out on top?
Yeah. Well, I think that we need to approach things in a much different fashion than we've been seeing things. I mean, Washington is fundamentally broken. Our political system is fundamentally broken, and we have to go in with a different type of mindset. That's what I've done here in the state legislature. That's what I promised to do in Washington, because we need a fighter who's going to stand up for the people, and that's what I promised to do.
Well, you've been a maverick and outsider here in Concord. Is that really going to work in Washington?
Yeah.
With so many members of Congress, how are you going to build consensus and get anything done?
Well, I think that we need to figure out how we can reach across the aisle. I have a lot of respect for people like Representative Ro Khanna and Representative Thomas Massey, working together on things like the Epstein files release, making sure that we have an Iran Wars Powers Act. I believe that we need to have further restrictions on things like our military, because when we're looking at what's happened with strikes against Iran, strikes against Venezuela, it's very clear that we need to restore the constitutional powers that Congress is supposed to be wielding. Yeah. Well, I think that when we're looking at elections, people too often are throwing money at voters rather than actually having the real conversations. We have built a volunteer network that's out talking to people on the doors, making sure that we're connecting with folks rather than just paying for ads to be in front of their face or mailers that are going to end up in the trash. We are out there making the efforts, reaching the people, actually talking to them, because it's important to actually hear what they have to say rather than being told how we're going to lead.
Representative, for those who don't know, and they're going to see the video of you coming in here today, just explain the connection to the disability community and how you bring that perspective to the campaign.
Yeah, well, I started getting involved in politics after I suffered a severe back injury when I was 15. I had an L4 burst fracture, I had 4 rods, 8 screws put in. When I was 20, one of those rods broke. I've dealt with chronic pain, I've dealt with mobility issues, and it's so often that we see disabled individuals being pushed out and thrown under the bus. We saw that with the fact that our senators here in the state threw people who were on ACA subsidies under the bus, increasing their healthcare costs by 2 or 3 times. That's not appropriate. We need Democrats who are going to actually stand up and fight for the people, and that's what I promised to do.
Well, you wanted to swing the legislative district. You're running in a district that is very competitive.
Yeah. I think it does. I mean, we've seen it in the few polls that have come out. The crosstabs show exactly that we are resonating with independents, people who didn't vote in previous elections. We're pulling Republicans into our coalition because we're building something different. We are not a stand-in-line Democrat. We are not a do-nothing Democrat. We are a different type of Democrat. And that's where we're going to show up, represent everyone. Republicans, Democrats, independents, people who would prefer to stay on the couch. Because at the end of the day, those are the people who are disillusioned, who feel as though government isn't working for them, and they need a fighter now.
Would you support or would you be in favor of a basic thing renters bill of rights?
Yes. I think that we need to protect renters. I think that when we're talking about what we need to be fighting for, we need to be fighting for universal health care. We need to be talking about health care for all. We need to be talking about education for all, housing for all. We need to be talking about raising the minimum wage so that we have a livable state for all.
You've been attacked by J Street and other seemingly progressive candidates and voices in the state, labeled somewhat of an anti-Semite. What's your position on those accusations?
Those statements are blatantly false. It's a situation where I stand for human rights, and I've said it time and time again. Human rights are what we need to put forth, and that's something where we need to be talking about it time and time again. People have a right to exist, states don't. And when we're talking about things, you know, a little bit adjacent, like abortion and reproductive health care rights, it's a situation where when we talk about the state's rights, the state right to do what? Take away an individual's rights. And that's not appropriate.